So I want to talk about, first, what do we know about why people volunteer? And there's a number of different reasons why they turn out for us to help us in our communities. One reason is altruism, or what we call pro-social behavior. We are trained by our parents, by our teachers, to turn out and to do good things for other people.
An example of hold would be, I would say, the Australian inspiring example of bushfires. Prepare, stand, defend. Prepare, stay, defend. Meaning everybody's organized in that community to stay in their house, barring some totally exceptional circumstance, and they said the house protects you and you protect the house. But it's not done on a whim, it's not done impetuously. They've thought it out and they've prepared. In that case, it makes a lot of sense to hold.
Clearly, Sandy itself was an emergency. I think, I don't know it's the lingua franca here. And the numbers, most of you do probably. It's over $50 billion in damage, second most expensive disaster in American history. 285 people died, 115 mile per hour winds. And for the real storm nerds, the barometric reading was 940 millibars.
So that might be a discussion for people who seem resistant, is to get them a little community discussion, is would you participate in a bunker for survival? And it gets them thinking out of the box, just me against the world. I would say the most effective by far response is a local one, community-based. And it's almost necessary, because if your neighbor's not clearing the land and you are, well, your house may be burned down anyway.
The research tells us that there are a lot of psychological benefits that accrue to the volunteers. They tend to feel together as one. They tend to feel like they're more of a part of their community, like they're making a difference. The research also seems to discover some physical health benefits, which is interesting, and this seems to be especially true for seniors. Although the researchers aren't really clear on this, they're not sure if really healthy seniors volunteer and then report better benefits, or if you go out and you feel better because you actually got out and moved and did some volunteer work. Maybe it's a little bit of both. It helps you with interpersonal communication, because you have to do a lot of problem solving when things don't go quite right. And then there's the spillover effects. People who volunteer anywhere, whether it's disasters or not, have a tendency to come back and volunteer in their own communities. So if you send some group out, they're going to come back and they're going to spill it back over into your own community.
So what are the stakes for people? And something like Sandy or Katrina can be helpful in talking about it, and hopefully the kinds of work that I do in some way helps illustrate this to people and activate them in some way. But no one event is going to cause this sort of sea change in and of itself, or a giant consciousness shift. And I think there is a lot of evidence that the public attitude towards climate change is shifting. But the question is, how fast is it shifting? And when it does shift, assuming that it does, will we have the kinds of plans in place that we need in order to help connect people with actions that they can take?